And we'll be bringing it to you here. Commentary and undiluted commentary will be coming your way here.
We can't wait. We can't
absolutely.
wait.
But then we've been discussing about the crown without jewels, and this morning I tell you about Argentina-born forward who managed to go on. That's Alfredo Di Stefano. He never made it to the World Cup.
Wow.
He was born in Argentina, but then ended up playing for Spain. He had a chance to play in the 1950 and 1954 editions after his country withdrew from the Cup. Di Stefano became a Spanish citizen in 1956, but Spain failed to qualify for the 1958 World Cup. He helped Spain make the cut in 1962, but an injury forced him out, of that World Cup. He scored 23 goals in 31 appearances for Spain, and also he was part of the contingent that ensured Real Madrid dominated Europe from 1955 to 1960, winning on the trot the European champions. So don't be surprised if Real Madrid are winning, back to back in the Champions League. They did it years before that. Let's move on and let's talk about a benefactor to sports in the country. Now, the CEO of the Magdan Group of companies, that's Dr. Daniel Macaulay, has for the second time rescued the Ghana Tennis Federation by paying accrued affiliation fees of over $12,000 to the International Tennis Federation. Dr. Macaulay, who is also the founder of the Magdan Open West Africa Tennis Tournament, took the decision on hearing the predicament of the GTF in a JoySMS story online.
Message to GTF is that time to be doling out to them is getting over. I want to see trophies. I want to see medals. I want to see them go out there to win trophies for the country. For the past 5 years, Magdan had been able to elevate the game. It is about time we stretch to the world to be having ITF ranked players, and it's long overdue. And if GTF is not getting up to go out there to claim titles, then I will have a problem with GTF.
Wow. Did you get that from Dr. Macaulay? That he's been bailing you out every time, but hey, the next time, or what I demand from you guys is win titles for the country, because I'm there. I've got a bottomless pocket. I can dip my hand in and then bring any money out, but bring us the titles. Good call, good demand, from Dr. Daniel Macaulay there. You can catch him also on television on Sports Today. There's more this afternoon from him as well. But yesterday we had the Kenichi Derby at the Tema Sports Stadium in the Xylophone Cash Premier League, and it was all about the Japanese coach. When Yasuhashi was in charge of Hasselhoff, he enchanted all of us with his coaching methods, tactics and touchline charisma, but his departure was bitter and unceremonious. Now, he returned to the country to handle Inter-Allies. He knew one fixture that could be key to him is playing against his former side, and rightly so. He had a last laugh as his side needed a Richmond Lante goal to beat the Phobians 1-0 yesterday.
There's nothing miracle about it. The last time we won because of the hard work, determination and teamwork. This time we won because of hard work, determination and teamwork.
I realized that you play a lot more defensive. Do you think Hasselhoff came in strongly?
They're a very strong side, but we are better.
And Inter-Allies the whole of the season so far, is a new thing we are seeing? You are not scoring more goals, but you are winning.
I don't know how they were last season. Only thing that I know is they were in danger of relegation. Now we are top part of the table.
And so by the end of this, we are a game left to the first round. How would you assess the season so far since you joined Inter-Allies?
Well, our target is always stay in the Premier League, and it's a difficult task, providing the fact our primary goal is to help our players moving abroad, and keeping our team in balance as far as the winning concern is a very difficult task, and we continue to work hard.
There's more to come from Kenichi. The final round of matches to end the first half of the season will be this weekend, but also one game that was played yesterday, outstanding match. Aduana Stars beat Bechem United by a 1-0 in the other derby played in Doma. But let's talk about the Ghana Premier League and Wild Stars have been in trouble. And the owner of the club also is facing some challenges here in Ghana. As we understand, last week he was interrogated by the CID over corruption charges. Now, the club also not doing very well, plummeting, and they are at the foot of the table. But a former player of the side, Richard Ofori, he now plays for Maritzburg Football Club in South Africa, and he had a good season on his debut campaign, and was nominated as one of the 3 goalkeepers, for the PSL Goalkeepers Award, alongside Dennis Onyango from Mamelodi Sundowns, and then Kune coming in from Kaizer Chiefs. Kune won the award. That was on Tuesday, but Ofori is back in his side, Wow Stars, to move from the foot of the table.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, because one at the time I was playing there, it wasn't easy, especially the traveling. It wasn't easy, because if you are playing, especially if you are playing Mediama, and then you are playing maybe 2 aways, you go to Mediama, and then like 15, 16 hours drive, and then you go back the same day you play the game. After the game, you go back that night. You get there in the afternoon or in the morning, and then prepare maybe for the Wednesday game. It's not easy, because the traveling and all those stuff is not easy. But I think the traveling is affecting them, and then they need now they need strong mentality.
So you heard from Ofori himself talking about the traveling not being easy, but this is what the English would say: stock excuse, because you did that to win the league, so you can't put that one across again and say because they're traveling. No, it's difficult, yes, but they managed to win the league. It means that they've got an antidote. This time things are not going right. They've changed 3 coaches in the season just before the first half will come to an end. The man who started the campaign was sacked, and a stopgap came in. Safo Castro came in. He also left. That's the trouble. Therefore, Wow Stars to deal with it. But Kotoko this weekend will take on Indiana Stars in one of the big games. Also, Hearts of Oak will be playing against Mediama. And Mediama have targeted a win to ensure that they are safe at the top of the table in the Xylophone Cash Premier League with 15. But talking about the Kotoko Indiana Stars game, goalkeeper Felix Annan says they can count on him. We're bringing you that from Felix Annan in a jiffy. But the Black Stars are in Holland and will fly out to Iceland later today to face the 2018 FIFA World Cup finalists in a friendly. JoySMS understands that Kwesi Appiah has told informed defender Joseph Edu of Genk in Belgium, and also Joseph Pencil of Hungarian side Ferencváros to stand by, as they are likely to receive maiden call-ups. Coach Appiah explains why the 2 players are likely to join them in Iceland.
Because a few young workers who were not coming. And when we got here during training, we had about 2, it's not a big injury. So I didn't actually want to take risk. So I thought, okay, there are some players that are in Europe already who has got the Schengen visa. So it's easier getting them to join me in Iceland, so that in case there are problems, or the injuries become serious, then he can actually.
You heard Kwesi Appiah there for you, so we're doing a build-up to the Iceland game as well. But hey, let's wrap it up with what we watched at dawn, or maybe in the US they watched it yesterday. In the NBA Finals, that's game 1. Now listen, Steph Curry scored 29 points, and the Golden State Warriors capitalized on a Cavaliers blunder that sent the game to overtime. OT is not to say 82 in basketball, it's overtime. We started a brilliant 51 points performance by LeBron James to beat the Cleveland 124-114 in game 1 of the NBA Finals. And let's hear from LeBron. He is the Don.
We got to move on. I mean, this game is over and done with. We had our opportunities. And I will never give up on JR. It's not my MO. I don't give up on any of my players, so any of my teammates. So I don't think that even needs to be said.
Did he say anything to you guys?
No, he didn't.
Robert Littell, BSO, a couple of questions. First off, how is your eye doing? Kind of what happened on that play? And the second question is, for the players that haven't been in the NBA Finals, your teammates that haven't been in the NBA Finals before, kind of what's your message to them after such a tough game 1 loss?
My eye's been better. It was pretty much blurry, and it kind of got worse and worse as the game went on. After I drove and Draymond poked me right square in the eye, and so I deal with that over the next couple of days.
You had LeBron James there for you. That's how we wrap it up. But we've been saying that the Cavs should not concentrate just on or over rely on LeBron James.
Exactly.
No,
and
he made 51 points.
51, and it still was not enough
to beat.
Exactly.
I think the highest score was Steph Curry with 29 points. And how do you overly depend on
someone like that? But you have to admire the athletes that is LeBron James, because look at that poke in the eye early in the game, and still managing to build 51 points.
Absolutely. Game 2 is on. Still will be in Oakland, California. That's the Oracle Center. That's where Golden State will play the game 2, and then the 2 other games will be returning to Cleveland.
Back to Cleveland.
So let's see how it goes. But hey, that's how we wrap it up for the week. There's a weekend coming up. There's Sports Link, also the Sports Arena, building up to the World Cup, and more. But hey, happy birthday to Keto Kreku, Chief Executive Chairman of Dreams FC Football Club. Today happens to be your birthday.
All right, thank you very much.
Can you say a big shout out to Baba Mohammed's mom, Zainab?
Zainab Mahama of the US Embassy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Big shout outs to you, Zainab Mahama. And thank you, Redwan Ibrahim Asante, for joining us with the Joy Sports Center. The Groove on the Super Morning Show, brought to you by Stanbic Bank. Moving forward comes up in a moment, but that's after the money tip, which is after this.
I love my wife so much. Look, McDonald's rough with the chef every